Hello everyone, this is Kiran and let's talk about how to handle web tables in Selenium. Now, what is a web table? A web table is a tabular structure on a web page, and it cannot be automated, or it cannot be found out. The data inside the table cannot be found out by normal ways. So let's say this is a web table which is having starting with table tag, and there are tr and th. Tr stand for the rows and th stand for the columns. So if this is created on a web page, it will look like this. First name, so you can see there the th is first name, and inside that it is having there are three columns: first name, last name, and age. So first name, last name, and age. And inside that they are having data. Inside tr, each row there is td, table data: Jill and 24, Eve, Anderson, and 34. So these are the data inside that table. So the table looks like this. Now let's create another class and try to find out how to access the data using Selenium. So first of all, we'll go and create another class inside our package. Let's create a class, new, let's name it as table, and finish. Now we'll start our public class table, and we can start public static void main. And then web driver is equals to new from driver. Now we'll import the packages. Let's import the Chrome driver package also. Now we're ready with this. Now let's go to a website and understand the table. So we'll open something called this website, which is having a tabular structure, HTML table, and it is having headers and then columns and rows. Now let's say we want to capture all the headers. Okay, so to capture all the headers, we have to find out the XPath of it, and let's say just a second, we'll just get the driver.get. Driver.get, and then we pass this URL first of all. And we'll write an XPath to find out all the headers first of all. Okay, so driver.find element by XPath. by.xpath. Now, so before writing it directly here, we can just write string, we can save it into a variable of string type, string header XPath. is equals to now. For writing the XPath, we can, let's say we go to the website and we have to write the XPath of this, right? So we'll just do a right click and inspect element. So it will have table as the tag. Now, if we go to the selectors hub, we'll directly get the XPath, which is th normalized status. Okay, but what we can do is we can use this table tag, table / table, and @contains. We can use contains @id is equals to customer. So we'll just, let me write the XPath here. So we'll do a / table, square brackets closed and in, contains, and instead of text here we can use id, @id, attribute name is equals to the value of the attribute, which is customers. So we can write whole customers, or we can just write COST. Okay, so we have written the value of the attribute is, because we have used contain, so we can write half also, partial also. Now, so customers we have written, and now just a second. Now, so we have th inside it, so it should be table contains okay. Here we have to just give a comma as the parameter separator. Okay, so if we just write /th, it is giving us 5 matching elements, right? So we have 5 headers, so that's where we want to write 5 matching elements. Okay, so you will use this XPath here, Control V, and header XPath we can use here, Control C, or we can write directly, that is fine. Okay, let's write directly, no problem. Now we have written the XPath to find all the headers. Okay, now this will not return one element, right? So we cannot use element, we have to use find elements. Okay, so we have to use find elements method, and we can save it into a list of web elements. No, we cannot just directly save it into web element type of variable. We have to save it into a list of web element type of variable. So list web elements, list of web element is it's a data type sort of, and then here we are writing the name of the variable, which is all headers. All header is equals to driver.findElements by XPath. So this is how we can save. We have to actually import list from here, java.utils. So we have imported that also. We have to import web element also. Now this is done. Now we have to just find out the total number of headers, let's say. So we'll just do a system out, system.out.println, and we can find out all header.size. Okay, so we can do that very easily. So we can find out the number, which is 5, and it will be printed. Okay, now let's find out all rows and also write for it. Okay, but before that, let's write one for each loop to find out the total number of headers and also print it, the value of it. So what we'll do, we'll apply a for each loop for each web element lying web element, let's create an object to it like LE belonging to where all header, belonging to all header. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to get the text of that and then print it. That's it. So for each we have to just save it into a string type of variable. String value is equals to le.getText. So whatever element is there, get the text of it. Get text is very useful method, as I told earlier, and then we have to just system sys out the value on the console. Okay, so for each web element belonging to the header, get the text of it and print it. So let's, and we can just do a driver.quit, which will close all the windows. And run the code. Okay, so we'll quickly run the code and see what happens on the console. Okay, so it will open the Chrome browser. So Chrome will open. It's taking a bit more time. Yeah, so it opened and we'll have all the headers printed on our console. You can clearly see that the size of the header is 5. That is the total number of elements in the header is 5, and what are those are also printed on the console. Right now, what we can do is we can now let's find out all the rows within the table, and then we can do also all the data within the table. So for that we can simply copy this syntax. So for this is for all the headers. We can do the similar structure for all the rows within the table. Now for all rows we have to create another list of web elements, so we can name it as all rows, and we have to write the XPath again. So driver.find elements, of course, and /table contains id equals to customer, the same thing which we are doing. Like here, if I want to find out all the rows, so we have to just do a right click, inspect element, and we have to write similar id is equals to customer, but instead of header we have to write /tr. Okay, so we'll get /tr, so we'll get 7 elements. So basically 7 rows we have, so we can print all those rows. So what we can do, /tr here, system.all row, we can get the size of it also, we can print the size of it, all rows.size, and then for each loop we are again applying for web element, then we can name the LE1, element 1 or element 2, let's say, belonging to all rows, and then do what? String value we can write value 2 is equals to le2.getText and system.out.println value 2. So we can print all the rows here, and then similarly we can do it for all data. Let's do it for all data also. In that case it will be td. Okay, so let's do it for all data here. Control V, all data in the table. So we'll create this as all data. td will be the XPath change here, and then system.out we can print the number of data also, all data dot size. for each loop for web element le3 element 3 belonging to all data, string value le3 dot get text and then value 3, and we can print all the values here on the console. So that's what we can do. Let's run the code quickly and see what is the output. Now after this we'll do two more variations to see how to access data, particular data, that also we can see. So it's running. Yeah. So it has opened the website and it will print everything on the console. So we'll check if it is already done. So yes, you can check on my console, it's printing all the data and it will quit the browser also. So yes, the test case is successfully executed. So we can see the total number of headers is 5 and all the header name. The total number of rows is 7 and then all the row ka name. So row name I'll just show you. State Flipkart, Sachin Bansal, India, Amazon, Jeff. So we can see everything is mentioned here like that only. All the rows are mentioned, 7 rows, and then the total number of data is 30 and then all the data is also printed properly. So that's how we can do. Now let's say we have to find out all the company's name, Flipkart, Amazon, Ola, Selenium. So we have to find out all the company's name. So for that, what we have to do is we have to write the XPath in a way wherein we are actually writing all the inside all the rows we need the td2. So amongst all the rows, so tr is giving us all the rows. In that we only need the data of the second column, data td2. When we just actually write list of web elements, second column data, so the size of it, and then web element, and then I'm using the for each loop, and then simply I can get the text and print it on the console. So if we just run this for you, let's see what happens. Yeah, so we can see the results. It has started. So we can see what happens on the console. We have to check the last results, which is going to give us the second column's data, which is all the company's name. Now we can see it clearly shows 6 and Flipkart, Amazon, we got it. So that is the second column's results. Now, similarly, if you want to actually access all the countries in the list, then we can do /tr and then td 4. That is fourth columns you want to access. So any column whichever we want to access can be changed according to the td here. So that's how we can access the table content or the table headers, table rows, table columns, table data. So any particular column, any particular data. So we can do that using these methods. Now that's all from table. Hope you like the session and gain a lot out of it. And this is collating everything. We can actually be able to automate any web page and different kind of web elements onto the web page. Thank you everyone for watching.